Bethesda Game Studios, the award-winning studios behind such epic series as Fallout and The Elder Scrolls, has now created their first new IP in 25 years. And this new universe, as you will see, has been in the works in some form or another for all of those 25 years. The question that almost every critic, avid gamer, and even the casual gamer has is, will Starfield measure up to the success of games like Fallout 3, Oblivion, Skyrim, and even Fallout 4? The hype is there for this game, but will it deliver? Will it be another Game of the Year for Bethesda Game Studios? Well, I will say this, before we dive a little deeper into Starfield, I will tell you, with the sheer scale of Starfield and all that BGS is trying to pull off in this game, it is set to be as big, if not bigger, than Skyrim, if they pull off everything they have set out to accomplish. To fully understand Starfield, we have to jump back in time 25 years. Well, 29 years to be exact. In 1994, Bethesda began development on a game called The 10th Planet. It was set for release in 1996, pushed back to 1997, and later was going to be released in 1998, and then later canceled for unknown reasons. Maybe it was that it was a game that Bethesda desperately wanted to make, but they realized that they simply didn't have the technology at that time to finish it. Todd Howard, in an interview about Starfield, said something very similar shortly after Starfield was announced.
But how much thought we've given it for a long time. So on that original list, Fallout, the biggest, most epic science fiction thing you could possibly imagine. And that's something we've talked about for a long time and kind of picked away at. And now we feel we're kind of, what's the right way to say it without spoiling anything? We are uniquely positioned to pull this game off.
Many don't know this, but after the cancellation of The 10th Planet, Bethesda had the license for and toyed with the making of a Star Trek game based off the Deep Space Nine TV series. It is obvious by their past history and by Todd Howard's own comments, Bethesda Game Studios, and especially Todd Howard, has always wanted to make a totally epic space game, and Todd says Bethesda is now ready after all these years. Well, technology has certainly increased, but why does Todd say that they are uniquely positioned to make the biggest, most epic space game ever? And I would say a game with 100 systems, over 1,000 planets, and a game that is really 5 to 6 games in one certainly fits that description. But what has made them ready? This game will be running on a brand new engine, the Creation 2 engine, something Bethesda Game Studios took extra time and extra effort to work on after the completion of Fallout 4 in 2015. Think about it. That is 8 years since their last game. Sure, they helped on Fallout 76, but that game was developed mainly by the Austin studio. We are talking about the main studio in Maryland. 8 years is double what it normally takes in the development of a game. Well, we now know at least half that time was spent on upgrading their engine and other technology, at least by a large section of BGS employees. In fact, Todd Howard said the building of the new engine took a lot longer than he thought it would. But Starfield also has taken longer than they thought it would as well. How much longer? Well, we already mentioned in some way they have been working on this game for almost 30 years. But really, we do know from the original trademark filing and other info that some of BGS devs have been working on this game since before Fallout 4 was completed.
There's always a lot of attention on what we do. We're very fortunate. But for us, we have put so much into this game. And it is, as you said, our first new IP in over 25 years. It's our first major release in about 8 years.
Yeah.
So for us, we have just put so much into it that we're just doing everything we can to make the best game that we can. Hope that everybody loves it. So we feel we're on the right track, and we're really fortunate, I think, with some of those things you said to get the attention.
Yeah.
And that we know there's a lot of people out there looking forward to it, and we just view our job as, hey, just do the best job we can do, put everything we can into the game, and I hope everyone loves it.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
So the countdown is here. We are just days away from launch of what Todd and even Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox Studios, has said is the biggest Bethesda Game Studios game ever. And that is not just a lot of talk, unless you're counting the over 250,000 lines of recorded dialogue lines for Starfield, which, by the way, are more than Skyrim and Fallout 4 combined. But Todd Howard really summed up the way Bethesda and Xbox feel about Starfield. They really hope everyone likes it, Todd said. And that is not just a happy thought. There is so much riding on this game for them both. After the launch and reception of Fallout 76, BGS really needs to get back on top. And the only way they are going to do that is with another Skyrim type performance. Not just a Game of the Year thing. No, they need a Game of the Decade. And Starfield, with all that they have said and shown that they have put in this game, is, as Todd would say, is uniquely positioned to do just that. In fact, I dare say that Starfield will either be bigger than Skyrim, or it will fall flat.